Maybe you just flat out don't want to do it, or you feel overwhelmed and you can't figure out where to start. This is called, of course, procrastination, and it is something that we can overcome when it's addressed in a productive way. Psychotherapist Robi Ludwig joining us now to discuss. So to start off, so relatable, Robi, because we all experience this.
Yes.
Why do people procrastinate in the first place? And I guess, why do we put things off?
So procrastination happens when we feel uncomfortable. It's an emotional management issue. We feel overwhelmed, we feel anxious, uncertain. There's perfectionism, fear of failure, and boredom. And so it's really good to think of procrastination as avoidance disguised as delay.
I like the fact that you have not laziness, because that's not really what's behind all of this. People don't not want to do the work.
Yes.
It's that there's a lot of anxiety sometimes that's involved in doing it. What are some approaches to tackling that anxiety?
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned laziness, because you can be very ambitious and then anxious. So you want to ask yourself, instead of saying, there's something wrong with me, what emotion am I trying to avoid?
Yep.
And if it's perfectionism, then you really want to give yourself permission to start messy, to start imperfect, so that you can get started. If it's anxiety, you really want to break things down into smaller parts. A good goal is to say, what can I do in 10 minutes? And get started. It's usually the problem with getting started that keeps us stuck.
Yeah, well, you talk about the perfectionism, and whether it's a project or it's a paper, it can feel overwhelming, like you want to do an amazing job and you don't know how to start. Why does that feeling of procrastination differ depending upon the person?
Well, people have different emotions that are strongest for them. Some people are designed to be more anxious and overwhelmed, and that can stop them. There are distractions for certain people, and if you're an easily distracted person, put your phone aside. If you're a bored person, maybe change your environment or have a friend do it with you. So we have to know ourselves, and that's what helps us to move forward in good ways.
I like the collaboration aspect of having a friend, bringing them in to help you get through at least the first initial stages of whatever it is you're putting off.
Absolutely.
What are the long-term effects, if any, if you're procrastinating?
Well, it feels really bad, and I think people feel badly about themselves, and their self-esteem suffers. And sometimes when you don't get projects done, you are way behind the 8 ball. So it's better to understand it and find an approach that can at least help you get started. Sometimes we never feel ready. We can't wait for readiness. We need to get started, and that can help us to feel ready.
The other side of this, the people that do just pick things up right away, like what is it about their personalities that have allowed them to get through this mental break?
Well, everybody feels pain differently. So some people feel the pain if they don't get something done right away. So they're different. So their emotional regulation feels pain with things that are undone. And that's usually a driving force for them.
As someone who spent their entire college career, I was an English major, a single paper that I wrote that was not done overnight, having pulled an all-nighter to get it done. I hope for other people that are listening to your words of advice that they internalize that and don't put themselves in the same position. But we feel the procrastinators out there.
Absolutely. We feel their pain, and sometimes we experience it ourselves.
And then some. Robi Ludwig, thank you so much for your insight. We always appreciate it. You're watching NBC News Daily on this Friday. We'll be right back after a short break.